Welcome to our quick installation tutorial of the Grit Rackless Saddle.
Down among the pile, discarding horror. The catching the sun, the catch it's high time.
To start off, we need to assemble the main saddle. Start by attaching the holsters to the base plates. Each side has 6 mounting holes, 3 for the wider stance and 3 for the narrower mounting points. The narrower mounting points are used for your dual sport and dirt bikes, and the wider mounting points are used for your adventure bikes. We start by putting the T-nuts on the back of the top saddle. Get a washer and assemble it onto the bolt and screw it in to the holster on the mounting points. Assemble the outer ones first. Assemble loosely, don't need to tighten it first. Make sure the retainer strap is slotted in between the holster and the top saddle. Now secure the middle bolt. Now after all the bolts are set in, you can tighten the holster to the top saddle. Now get one of the 4 small aluminum inserts and slot it into its securing place. Make sure that the retainer strap is behind the aluminum insert and slot it and lock it into place. This serves as a structural mounting point for the side holster later on. You may also opt to put some blue Loctite on the bolts. Now to secure the mounting straps at the back of the bike, get the long aluminum insert and slot it in according to its placeholder. Make sure that the ladder lock is facing upward. Then secure it. Now to assemble the mounting points to the footrests of your motorcycle. At the back of each holster, you'll secure the small aluminum inserts into its placeholder while keeping the mounting strap and its ladder lock faced up. And you can secure the aluminum insert. Do this for both sides. Now that is ready, time to attach the EVA foam protectors at the back of the saddle. Last but not the least, it's time to attach the top flap. Start by attaching the Velcro side of the top flap to the back of the holster. By pressing on the gated clips, now secure the front flap at its respective webbing hooks to the saddle. Now we are ready to install this at the back of the motorcycle. Start by mounting the saddle at the back of the bike. If your bike has a rack, loop it in on the slots of the rack. If your bike doesn't have a rack, you can opt to loop the mounting straps below the taillight and the fender panel. Loop the mounting straps at the ladder lock and position it such that it's easily accessible, and cinch down accordingly. There's no need to keep it tight this time around, so position it loosely, as later we're going to be tightening it around the bike. The webbing supplied are longer than usual in order to accommodate multiple bikes. If you want to tidy up by shortening the straps, we suggest to leave around an 8-inch allowance so you have a place to pull. So on tidying it up, make sure to cut diagonally on the webbing and burn the edges so it doesn't fray off. Now to mount the bottom of the bike, make sure to loop the mounting strap to a secure place. It can be the footrest or an attachment on your bike. Tighten the straps loosely first. Tighten the straps loosely by holding the back side and pulling on the webbing. Now all the straps are mounted. It's time to position the saddle, make sure it is centered on the bike, and start to cinch all the mounting straps. Start by cinching on the back and going around the bike inch by inch. The mounting straps supplied are longer than what's needed in order to fit a number of bikes. You have the option to cut it shorter, leave around 8 inches of webbing in order for you to have a pulling point, and burn the edges. And then the excess webbing, make sure to tidy it in the webbing retainer garter. Now that our saddle is installed on the bike, we are ready to put our gear on it, starting with the side dry bags. So ideally, you fill in the bags before you mount it to the bike. After you have placed in your gear in the dry bag, simply roll the top and secure the side buckles accordingly in order for you to carry your gear in the side bags. A key to knowing which one is the left or right is you have the male portion of the side release buckle facing the front of the bike. Now you slide in the dry bag to the holster. At the bottom of the holster, there's a hole for you to be able to pull the dry bags until the bottom. When the dry bags are placed in the holster, clip the buckles of the side bags to the side of the holster. Now secure the top strap of the side holster and cinch it down tightly. And tidy down the excess webbing with the webbing retainer strap. This is important so the sides will stay secure and not move around so much. This is a structural piece of the whole rackless system. Depending on which you chose, the rackless saddle comes with either an expedition sack duffel or a split duffel. Now let's start with the expedition sack. The expedition sack is a top open roll top duffel wherein you can place your gear from the top and have easier access and visual on what's inside. With a 30-liter carrying capacity, this is able to carry a lot more gear than the split duffel. Featuring multiple carry handles on the sides or at the top of the duffel. It's a very versatile bag that you can use on its own or with the rackless saddle. The expedition sack also comes with backpack straps that you slot into the duffel itself. These are some of the features of the Expedition Duffel. Now let's mount the duffel onto the saddle. Make sure to place the duffel with the reflector at the backside of the motorcycle. The duffel will have velcros that will refrain it from moving left to right. Slot through the extender strap in the slot provided in the duffel. Make sure to hook the G-hook and cinch down tightly and secure the excess webbing of the extender strap. Now secure the outer buckles of the top flap and cinch down tightly on both ends. Now tidy the excess webbing with the webbing retainer straps. A key is to strap it around the webbing strap. This is longer than usual in order to accommodate extensions in the top flap. Now you have the Expedition sack mounted. Let's go over to the Split Duffel. Now the Split Duffel features an opening on the left and the right side. So the key is to lay it flat first before closing each end of the duffel. And secure the buckles on both sides of the duffel. You can also opt to tidy up the webbing. Now once you pack the split duffel, let's load it up with the Rackless Saddle. So to load the split duffel on the Rackless Saddle, the split duffel will have velcros also at the bottom end. Line it up in order to help secure the top duffel from moving left to right. Slot in the extension strap onto the top flap under the handle of the split duffel. Cinch accordingly and close the outer buckles of the top flap. The split duffel offers a lower profile for the whole Rackless Saddle for better mobility. The top flap is actually a good place to store any item like jackets, tents, slippers, and any other gear that you'd normally just tie off your bike, or you don't have the time to open up your bag mid-ride, or if it's a temporary storage that you'll use later on. In opening the aluminum buckles, all you need to do is flip up the top part of the buckle and free it goes. So to loosen it up, you can just slide off the webbing, open the buckles. It's just already loose. And to tighten your webbing, all you need to do is just guide it and pull without the need to redo the webbing retainer strap all over again. The top flap can also be reoriented to handle or to hold your top duffel either horizontally or vertically. All you need to do is remove the top flaps and mount it on its corresponding webbing for a now horizontal orientation of holding in your top duffel. And if you also opt to ride without anything on the top, just remove the top flaps and you have your saddle with just the side holsters available. Removing your gear from the holster, all you need to do is unbuckle the buckles and just pull it out. There may be instances where you need to leave the saddle mounted without having the dry bags or gear on it. Here are some ways to tidy the saddle. Wrap around the side buckled straps meant for the dry bags to the holster. Always secure the top strap of the holster and cinch it accordingly. Tidy the excess webbing. Lift up the tabs of the ladder lock for the webbing to slide freely. Remove all the straps around the bike, from the foot pegs to the back of the bike. Both duffels can also be used standalone without the whole rackless saddle. To do it, hook the supplied straps around mounting points on your bike. Slot in the supplied buckle straps with gated clips in order to use the split duffel as a standalone. In using the Expedition sack as a standalone duffel, and in securing it to the bike with the same straps that are included to the duffel. At the underside of the duffels, both the Expedition sack and the split duffel, you can incorporate the top flap. Just slot in the gated clips on its respective webbings, secure the top flap, and have access to expandable storage while using the duffels in a standalone setup. Quickly remove the split duffel by just disengaging the buckles. Each holster features a Mule panel at the bottom. Here you can attach additional auxiliary bags with Mule attachments and at the same time secure your excess gear with these buckles. Auxiliary pouches will also be available as an extension or add-on to the saddle. And there you have it, our quick user guide and everything you need to know about the Rackless Saddle, the Expedition Sack Duffel, and the Split Duffel. Now get on that adventure and never back down.